Welcome back. Well, we talk a lot on this program about having faith in our government, but how about the news media? A new Edelman poll just found that only 46% of Americans trust their traditional media, and that 56% agree that the media purposely tries to mislead the public. Wow, that is a major problem as big tech continues to snuff out free speech on its platforms. Glenn Greenwald is an independent journalist who in 2014 won a Pulitzer for breaking the Edward Snowden story about the NSA surveillance and the surveilling of private citizens under the Obama administration. Glenn, it is good to see you. Thanks very much for joining us. Your reaction to the media trust in the traditional media, mainstream media, at an all-time low.
I think it's an incredibly important story that's receiving almost no attention because the people who should give it attention are the ones that this poll found are losing faith and trust. And this is not a new sudden development. This has been taking place for years. If you look at the bar graph of how many people trust the corporate media, the establishment media of the United States, it's been dropping precipitously over the course of many years. And when they do talk about it, they do one of three things. Either they complain about it and say that it's unjust that they've lost trust, as though they are divinely entitled to have it. Or, number two, they blame others who criticize their reporting, their bad reporting, as though they're being unfairly vilified. And when that doesn't work, what they're doing now is a third response, which is trying to censor their critics and those who are actually inspiring trust by saying, kick these people off the internet, their audience is too big, censor these people, throw their platform off the internet. They know that they're losing faith and trust. The one thing they never do, Maria, is ask what it is that they've done that is causing the public to lose faith and trust. And rather than do that, they're now at the point where they're advocating censorship to force the audience to listen to them.
Unbelievable. And let's not forget the Washington Post and the New York Times. They won Pulitzer Prizes over their coverage of the Russia hoax, right? So they don't want to give the mea culpa that, oh, wait, we were taken for granted and taken advantage of by the FBI, who fed us stories that were just lies. So no mea culpas from either of them. But I want to zero in specifically on the New York Times, because I don't know if the Chinese state media is writing their scripts or what the story is in terms of this. But look at this New York Times January 4th article that says, while many countries are still reeling from COVID-19, China, where the pandemic originated, has become one of the safest places in the world. The country reported fewer than 100,000 infections for all of 2020. The United States has been reporting more than that every day since November. The article goes on, China resembles what normal was like in the pre-pandemic world. Restaurants are packed, hotels are full. The country will be the only major economy to have grown this year. Does the New York Times not recognize that the media is controlled by the communist government? Or did the Chinese write that?
So I think what this points to a broader media pattern that has been going on for many years in the United States, and it's reflective of the United States government policy as well. The United States government is partners and allies with some of the most brutal and repressive dictatorships on the planet, and that's long been true. And whenever those governments that are perceived to be allies of the United States or in some way favorable to the United States engage in brutal human rights repression. Saudi Arabia, Egypt, the Gulf states, for example, the media tends to ignore it or downplay it, whitewash it, and instead we get a lot of focus on the human rights violations in countries that are perceived to be enemies of the United States, like Venezuela or Russia. In the case of China, they're in bed with Wall Street. A lot of people perceive China in a positive way, and that's what's going on.
Yeah. Hold that thought, Glenn. Quick break. I want to get back to that when we come right back. Stay with us.